Okay, so we got the moon stars energy here. It's a mysterious, again, type of feeling. Same as yesterday, it's a weird feeling. Like you're in the middle of a tornado and nothing's touching you. You're just in the middle of it, watching the vortex around you. Okay, so we've back to music again. They want us to put music back on. So we've got the Jay Giles Band, 1981, and the breakup song. Now, they want you to break up. They're saying it straight out. Break up with whoever you're with. Break off that job, break off that relationship, because it's all got hidden truths. You're supposed to trust your intuition and step into the unknown. They want you to go towards your abundance and have a new beginning. They want you to have that classic romance, to wear your heart on your sleeve. Whatever relationship you're in right now, you're feeling bored. You're the Four of Cups energy. You're feeling bored. Been together a million years type of energy. That's all in the shorts. It's a great shorts. King of Cups energy. They want you to be your knight in shining armor and your King of Cups energy. Girl or guy. And you don't have that. So that's your challenge. So you're trying to keep balanced. Truth always wins, so you're staying in truth. Loyal, brave, and true, you're staying loyal, brave, and true, but they're telling you to get out. If you don't have a classic romance, the Knight of Cups, if you are not going towards love, or if love isn't your main goal, you're not being creative. They don't write songs like that anymore. That was one of the lyrics. Well, you're supposed to write those songs. King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, that's your goal. We even added an extra card here. We've got a Four of Wands with the Four of Cups. So if you can get out of feeling bored, unsettled, frustrated, get grateful and move forward towards your new marriage, your gathering of souls. Now that don't mean you have to get a new job, a new relationship, a new marriage, but it means a new beginning of some sort. That new beginning. Yes, all the way, Eight of Pentacles. You're a wise leader, you're stable, you're balanced, but this is what's holding us back. Somebody's staying in the moon energy. They're not facing their fears and trusting their intuition, and they're not going into the unknown. They're staying where they're comfortable. So we're going to do another reading here, but I want you to definitely keep checking out the music, because the music, they had me go back to music because there's just too much energy in the melodies, and there's just too much in the lyrics that we can't leave it anymore. We have to go back to it. You had a few weeks of a break there, and I don't know how you felt with that, but yeah, there was like a void. There's a void when there's no music playing and the TV's in the background. I hear you. So we're going to go back to music. Make sure that you do your homework though this time. They said some of you are not watching the shorts. You're not checking out the energy. You're not checking out the lyrics. And you're missing almost 3/4 of the message. You're just getting surface energy here from me. I'm just pointing out what's on the blackboard. They want you to go deeper and do your homework so that you can get the message from them. See, I'm just an astro channeler. The astro wants to talk to you, and it can't talk to you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see what's under some of these. Underneath the Five of Swords is, yeah, if you want to figure out how to do this challenge and keep balance, you've got to use your magician power. The magic is within, and that's what I was telling you. If you don't listen to the song and don't check out the lyrics and maybe even do a background check on the band and when it was made, etc., this will give you the energy and the answers to you moving forward. How? In your creativity and leaving your toxin, getting your Knight of Cups. Okay, underneath the Knight of Cups, we have something in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Why is it in reverse? Because you don't have it. You don't have all you need. Okay, you're not being grounded, you're just being comfortable. And you're not even comfortable because how are you comfortable and toxic? You're not. You're not yourself. You're hiding in the other room. You're doing mechanical responses. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. So we got to get out of that. Your Queen of Pentacles was in reverse and you want it upright. You want it upright. Okay, and the Sun's in reverse because you don't have it. Just what I said. You don't have love. You don't have that creativity. You're being held back, is what I'm hearing. Held back because you're not with your right person. You're not with your Queen of Pentacles. Okay, underneath the abundance, the Ace of Pentacles, we've got you need to put a new chapter. You need to keep going and prioritize and release the old. Isn't that everything I just said? 10 of Wands. Okay. And the Six of Pentacles, sharing your wealth, balancing out with no strings attached. You can just be yourself. Equal give and take. If you have equal give and take and you're really happy in your job, your relationship, your marriage, your family life, great. Then you're doing okay. Now you need to share it. Share your wealth, your skills, your advice, your knowledge, right? But if this isn't you, if you're not being yourself, if you're not happy, well, you are valuable and you want equal give and take. Underneath, it's the most powerful card I can pull from the deck, and I think we've been it as our main card all week. This is the end. I think that was a Doors song. Okay, so changes, continual changes, interconnectedness. Go towards your mystery, your majesty. We had mystery twice. We've got mystery on the moon and we've got mystery on the world. So they're just saying that we need to take a walk into the unknown. They were going to have me take another walk into the unknown, but they said, no, you already done that. You already did everything you need to do, Miss Mystic. You need to just keep giving the message. And we want you to go back to music and tell these people they've got to do their homework. Otherwise, just give you homework because I want you guys to change, that you guys need help. Okay? So underneath the world is the Knight of Swords. That determination, that action, that's what he's screaming out and I'm screaming out. The truth seeker, the intelligence, the ambitious part of you, all wants to come out. But how can it come out if you're not going to do anything? Four of Pentacles, there's success and stability waiting for you. You're supposed to help others. Be and accept your worth. Have gratitude. But it's going to be hard if you don't listen. So I don't want to, I'm feeling like I'm scolding you, and I don't want to be scolding you. But how many of you have not been doing the music part? How many of you have not been going deeper? That's who we're talking to. We're not talking to the ones that are already doing it. You're getting kudos. I've said that 3 or 4 days in a row. You're getting A pluses. Keep moving forward. your new chapter has begun. We were in that huddle with all of our hands together going, yes, let's do this. But we're talking to the ones that need to break up, that need to leave that job, that need to leave that relationship, okay? You're the ones we're talking to. We need you to be in your Knight of Swords energy, and look at that, to go to your King of Swords. The knight turns into a king because he's intelligent and he uses his logic. He's listening to me. He's listening to St. Michael. He's saying, yeah, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be courageous. I am going to be the wise. I am man. 11:04 on the clock. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, more prayer is needed, and you need to go into the unknown. That choice has to be made. So take off your blindfold and move forward. Again, action. So that really told you everything. I'm looking at the date, 10/30/24. Maybe back on 10/30/24, you were going to do something and you didn't do it. Try to go back to 10/30/24 and see where you took the wrong turn. Wow, that was a cool message. Okay, so we'll pick one more card for our outcome. After the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun card that were in reverse, we've got Death was in reverse. So you have to bring the old to the new, and you have to do this ending because you had the Sun card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Death card all in reverse. So if those three cards were in reverse, that's simply saying that you don't have your Queen of Pentacles. You haven't put an end to this. So in order to get your Sun and your World card, you definitely need to break up. So we're going to go right back to the shorts. Greg Kihn Band, Jay Giles Band, breakup song. Now, one thing I want to check here, let's check this out. We've got the Greg Kihn Band. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this says. We'd broken up for good just an hour before, and now I'm staring at the bodies as they're dancing across the floor. Now, I call it the Jay Giles Band, but it's the Greg Kihn Band. So don't mind me. It's also called the Jay Giles Band, so I'm right, okay? The Jay Giles Band's biggest hit was Centerfold, released in '81. This is how you look it up. This is what I'm talking about. We had Love Stinks. I love that song. Okay, why did the Jay Giles Band break up? They broke up in '85 because of creative differences, clashing egos, struggle over the band's musical direction. See, this is what they want you to do. They want you to check this stuff out. Jay Giles Band and Greg Kihn Band are the same thing. Okay? And I knew that. I was saying it, but then I second guessed myself and looked it up just to make sure, right? That was a long time ago, back in the '80s. But that's what they want you to do. They want you to get broke up. Now, don't break up, of course, if you guys love each other. I see a couple walking right past us right now. They're dressed the same. They look the same. They're walking past the house. They probably love each other very, very much. Well, that's fine. But they have some kind of a toxic situation going on. Whether it's their job or their family, everybody has some kind of toxicity that they need to get rid of. So we really can't get rid of the World card and the Death card. They just keep coming up, except the Death card today was in reverse, saying that somebody is not doing their ending. That's why they don't have their favorable outcome and they don't have their Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I love you guys. I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.